in the midst, it's like always in the midst, I'm doing something for myself. It's like, here come the messages. And as much as I don't want, we want to deal with it, it's coming in to be like, hey, baby, you got to speak up on it. Because it's like, it's brought to my attention that somebody's like, I'm going to go down for this shit. Everybody going. But it's going right back to 1972, 74, 75. And it's like, I thought you said that they wouldn't be able to do this. I thought this was going to cause this person to commit suicide or whatever, right? Then this is also that situation where a conversation came up about how ruthless it's like, because I hear, you remember how ruthless you used to really be? Why is it that we ain't gonna be able to do this? Because it's like somebody saying like, well, shit, we supposed to have kept this shit discreet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we in the streets, but you know, we doing things differently now. And with the fact that we doing different, somebody wasn't able to figure out just exactly how, because this is like a control tactic that these people had learned a few years ago. Because you know, like when people, it's like somebody needing some old people to come back in, like, shit, we got to clean this shit up, and how we need this shit cleaned up, we need such and such and such and such. But them not knowing at the same time the people they going back to go get was the same people that they've been robbing and been trying to set up since, you know, since the beginning, from like a long time ago. And with this stuff from a long time ago, it's like whoever it is dealing with me, I'm gonna always speak my truth. And ain't nothing you fit to do to me. I'm not fit to be depressed. I'm not fit to be homicidal. I ain't fit to be no suicidal. I'm not fit to sit here and act up. If anything, I'm speaking the fuck up for myself. And in the fact that everything that got involved in this shit, because it's just like all this stuff was just hitting me like boom, 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 boom. It's like, damn, Sharita, like, that's how you know how why these such and such is moving like that. That's how you know to do this. But it's like the truth of the matter of the situation is coming back up again about Garcia. And I want to say Garcia was like Mexican, Colombian, Venezuelan, or something like that. However, something tells me deep to my core, it's like I have ties to him than when I do with the rest of them. But then it's like at the same time, it's like I want to say like he was like an uncle, a brother. I want to say it was like family. It's giving more family tie than anything. And with that, like I said, ever since that day, I remember, you know, from the place or whatever, and then the person who had me originally, I just remember them two, they disappeared and I hadn't seen them since then. And then it's like it was me and then the other person, like I feel like I'm more of a fraternal twin than anything. Yeah, it's more of a fraternal twin than anything. So with that, I want to say that we got separated at that time. We have an older sister, and then with that, we were like in, you know, in the house, and it's like mommy was like something different, Caribbean, but mixed with like Central American, South American, or whatever the case may be. Because somebody was like, baby, I know you're gonna make this connection or whatever, because it's like you could tell more or less like who is who or whatever. And then it was like the confusion of like when, you know, certain people, when they take you and stuff like that, they gotta get people that is like similar or close to you. And when they do it and then they try to keep you, and especially when it's like a ransom. But when it comes to the street, it's like somebody was like so ruthless back in the day. It's like shit. If he had to take out his baby mama for the sake of whatever it is, and they felt like they was messing up the operation, that's how crucial some shit used to go back in the day. And I want to say, whenever they took her out, she was like 3 months pregnant or something like that. I want to say, yeah. But whoever this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit runs real deep. But however they was trying to play this shit, where they learn, like, okay, well, when we doing business with, you know, because these are the black motherfuckers. Now, something tells me more or less it's like, my roots go very deep to like Caribbean, Central American, South American, Cuban type shit. And then with me already know, I knew this, like naturally you're gonna gravitate to those who you resonate with, right? And with them having to carry this shit out, like when it comes to Garcia and stuff like that, those were like the Mexicans. Like, he had ties to like the MS-13. He had, ties to the, the drugs and all that shit, like all that stuff. And they was hoping that I didn't remember this because with it, this is when around this time Patrick, he had his thing, but he was like locked up. But so he had the people on the inside. Johnny had the motherfuckers, the Samoans, and just the people from like the football team and shit like that. But Angie and stuff like that, they had figured out around that time. I want to say I was like maybe give or take 4 or 5. So about when I was about 4 or 5, and I still remember this shit like it was yesterday. Like certain people be like, I can't even remember that far back. Well, ain't nobody tell you to be that fucking traumatized. I was traumatized, but it's like something told me like when I was a little girl, Garcia was the one that told me, he was like, anything ever happened, you always remember car tags, you remember people's faces. He was like, if they make you be quiet, you just remember everything and anything that went on around you. And he was like the one person that just basically schooled me on like if I got kidnapped, if I got hurt, if something ever happened to me. He was the one, even though it was like shit that they was involved in, he was the main one that would literally put me on to what I need to look out to. Like if ever that day comes and it's like you figure out that you're being kidnapped or something is like that, he was the one that told me. He was like, always remember a face, remember a tattoo, remember a location, remember like, because as a kid, I spoke different languages as a little girl. Brother, believe it or not, and these be motherfuckers like, she lying, she lying. Ain't no motherfucking lying, because a lot of people be like, how is it that you know how to speak certain languages without accent? Because that's what the fuck I am. You don't ever forget, just because you can go into regression, but you're not going to ever forget your native tongue. That's one thing for sure. Two things for certain. You're not going to ever forget your native tongue. And when you speak it, it's going to be so fluent with no accent behind it. That's why people used to always, well, you have no accent. Where you come from? I don't know which location, but I know I come from one of them, the language of love. I speak it very fluently, clearly, with no accent. And then a lot of people wanted to like create that. So one of the things of it was that they needed, in order for it to be effective at that time, they needed to have those ties. They needed to have those ties. Meaning, when it comes to it, these motherfuckers over the years, you know how like I could tell, like people be like, how the fuck you know all this shit? So when it comes to you going to the underworld and you doing some dark world shit, the real rulers of that shit, that really the big pushers, you looking at Central America, you looking at Colombia and Venezuela. I ain't talking about no Brazil, I ain't talking about no Argentina, Peru. You come from Venezuela, Colombia, or you coming from Central America. Period. Period. Outside of Cuba, but Cuba put that shit on lockdown, so you ain't fucking with Cuba unless Cuba fucking with you. Period. Where it's not up for debate, it ain't up for discussion. Them motherfuckers rule the game when it comes to certain shit. Whenever it comes to the shit I'm talking about, and then somebody's like, she know what she talking about. Ain't no black motherfucker, ain't no Samoan, ain't no Korean, none of that. When it comes to the pushing that shit, Mexico, all of Mexico, Central America, Colombia, and Venezuela been the motherfucking rulers of that shit. The most ruthless. If they gotta do it, they gonna fucking do it. It ain't up for debate. We not having no discussion. Period. Not even the state, the motherfuckers in the states know like, hey, shit, we'll fuck with you off the strength because they know how fucking busy that shit can be, right? So then when you come into how it's gonna be ran, a lot of people, when they were starting to like collaborate, especially when it comes to the state, and the reason being why, when it comes to like the prison reform, when it comes to motherfuckers getting that shit with COs, probation officers, police, lawyers, and shit like that. This shit runs so fucking deep, and then it's like, why would you fuck with a kid that come from the motherfuckers that they do that shit? How do you know it? I come from it. You could be fucking 1 years old, 2 year old, 3 year old. If you can remember shit from when you was 3 years old, motherfucker, your brain is subpar. It's people right now, if I was to have a conversation with them and ask them, hey, what did you do when you were in kindergarten? They're going to be like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about that. When people can forget certain shit about that at particular ages in their life, know for a fucking fact certain things happen to them. They don't want to remember it. And the fact that they don't want to remember it, guess what? You have a very bigger upper hand on that person in their life in a control tactic. Now, unless you're just a person that is trying to utilize and do certain things to people, you wouldn't know how to keep control over yourself, let alone with others. So in order to like manipulate a situation, the thing that's going to develop in the person is going to become real covert until they get real good at it, right? That's no different than if you happen to deal with a child killer. I know my oldest one, oh, that motherfucker, she a killer. Trust and believe me, she got good at motherfucking crying. She got really good at lying. She got good at stealing. She got good at hiding shit. But at the same time, you got to have somebody supporting that shit, right? Right. So what I had watched them do, the ones that had ended up taking me, and I told you, I'll say y'all motherfucking names because I'm not scared of y'all motherfuckers because of shit. If y'all want that problem, and I told Sheila straight up, it's a video already uploaded on this bitch. Don't ever fucking start no motherfucking war with me, bitch. I guarantee you will not fucking win. Not you, not Patrick Monique, not Johnny motherfucking Looter. Come with it, and I'm telling you, I'm with the motherfucking smoke. I'll bring hell on earth before you ever fucking knock me down and try to make me feel like I gotta back the fuck down, cause bitch, I'm standing the fuck up. I ain't no little girl no more, because as a little girl, I was a little girl that couldn't defend myself, and y'all took fucking advantage of that. But the best advantage of this whole situation, I remembered every fucking piece of that. So every fucking person you putting involved in this shit and you trying to get them caught up, I guarantee, go ahead and fuck with it, cause I guarantee every fucking law enforcement, any person you got in your motherfucking pocket, y'all gonna have a fucking target on y'all head right the fuck now fucking with me, because everything I'm about to say, I guarantee this shit fit to be a uno motherfucking reverse backspace delete skip y'all motherfucking ass, and they coming for you and you want that smoke. I'm gonna tell them how the fuck y'all did that shit. If you any motherfucking Mexican, Colombian, Venezuelan, you ever work with them three motherfucking names right along with Carla Lynette Dawkins, Georgetta motherfucking Anderson, and they want to sit y'all over here to come fuck with me, you better go for their ass, because some of y'all motherfuckers, them people y'all was looking for and was missing, it was on their behalf. They been trailing y'all motherfuckers. Even Garcia, Sheila, you set that nigga up. You set that nigga up. To this day, I don't give a fuck. The moment it's time for me to testify in there, bitch, you better not motherfucking cry. You better not and none of y'all motherfuckers better not try to pretend cry, because you try to set up my motherfucking funeral and then sitting here like everybody's like, why the fuck she not scared? Ain't shit to be scared of when I already know the sins and the secrets of y'all sitting here pre-plotting on a lot of people, because y'all sitting here and motherfuckers like, who telling? The motherfuckers who told y'all that I was under this surveillance. The same motherfuckers that keep trying to tell y'all that, oh, Sharita didn't know about this. The same way that Sheila's sitting there calling Stacey Wells, and you sitting there calling Toya and Tanya and all them, trying to find Keela and all the Prudence and all these motherfuckers from way back in the motherfucking day. You calling all these same motherfuckers from Lawton Fort Sill. And so if anybody, you was in the motherfucking U.S. Army or the motherfucking Marines or Special Forces back in 1980 all the way up into 2006, trust and believe me, you working with the same motherfuckers who flipping y'all asses right the fuck now. Oh, Sharita did this. Sharita ain't did a motherfucking thing. The only reason why they used to use me because they knew I had gifts. My real motherfucking parents was on that shit. But the only reason why a lot of people fuck with them and why they sitting there trying to figure out, well, where they at? Shit, motherfucking folks got to stay underground. They know they don't like the fact because I'm not with that type of shit. But at the same time, I'm neutral when it comes to the shit. Because, hey, if you come from the world, you do what you do. Just keep that shit over there. I do what I do. I mind my business. But as long as you stay out of my energy, you know I'm not going to read you. You know I can't see what it is that you're doing. Actually, I can. But just long as you keep your crew and your people and the shit that you do over there, what you doing ain't going to ever come up in whatever the fuck it is that I'm doing right here. It's some motherfuckers sitting there thinking like, damn, what happened to my brother? Y'all done sat there and shot up the whole old block. Old block ain't had shit to do with, because the nigga you sitting there shaking hands with, that you sitting there putting money on his motherfucking books, it's the same motherfucker who did that shit. Yeah, Books. You remember Black? You remember Cook? You remember all them motherfuckers, right? All of y'all niggas got involved and got in bed with the same motherfucking devil that I've been sitting there trying to get the fuck away from. And y'all sitting here participating in some shit. Carla got all the motherfuckers, Bookie and all of them. Uh, who is it? Shag, Didi, all y'all motherfuckers trying to play holier than motherfucking thou, knowing y'all the main motherfuckers been out here killing motherfuckers and sitting here trying to play like, ooh wee, wow, what happened? Johnny was supposed to have killed John A's motherfucking mama, but he didn't have the motherfucking heart to do it because he really fucking love her. He only married Keisha for the cover up to for his motherfucking come up. He didn't really fucking like her, and the fact that over the fucking time he got introduced to other motherfucking lifestyle of crimes and other fucking bullshit, they carried on this shit. And but at the same time, Patrick figured out how the fucking Mexican works. Okay, so this is what we can do with these Mexican motherfuckers, and this is how when I was on the inside, they fucked with me, and when they was fucking with me and shit, you know, it just means we gonna do the orgy shit, and then they put us on to the Brazilians and the Panamanian niggas, and them Panamanian niggas got to connect through the canal and shit. So if we fuck with them, you know, all we gotta do is figure out how to set their asses up so we can keep their ass under control. So whenever we get ready to take such and so, and we get ready to traffic them, because I'm gonna fuck on these kids or whatever, turn their asses out. Sheila and Patrick was the ultimate duo to turn out motherfucking kids. They are fucking predators. Okay? They are fucking predators. My life was not something pretty cupcakes and fucking rainbows. It's just shit. Sometimes you don't want to have to fucking remember that shit. I'm sitting there doing a fucking just cleaning my motherfucking face, and I was like, Shrita, why the fuck are you remembering this shit when you clearly want to fucking forget this shit? So clearly someone want to keep playing necromancy, and the more you playing with that shit, the more I'm remembering shit that, hey, I really want to just forget about a lot of this shit. I wish the feds would hurry the fuck up and get every fucking body. Because if I'm in, long as I'm in fucking state of Florida, that means anybody from Melbourne all the way up. So if anybody from the bottom, you coming from Hialeah, Homestead, and down to motherfucking Miami, I suggest to stay the fuck over there and stay the fuck out of this goddamn city. Because anybody from this motherfucking city upward, all the way up to motherfucking North Florida, you gonna have a fucking problem. The closer you get, you're going to be like, damn, where did this person come from? Everybody ain't in y'all motherfucking pocket. Because it's right now, it's somebody sitting there, hold up. What you talking about, shawty? What you talking about, baby girl? What you talking about? Calm down. I'm calm. But the irritation is somebody keep fucking trying to run my motherfucking name in the goddamn mud, and knowing for a fucking fact it's somebody realizing at the same fucking time you running businesses, laying in the motherfucking bed with motherfuckers that could give two shits about what the fuck it is. It's motherfuckers, they sitting there telling you shit, if you want to commit your loyalty and I'll give you this 5 million, I give you this million, but you gotta shoot this bitch. Don't shoot this bitch, shoot that bitch, because they just want you to make sure that you don't figure out what the fuck they did prior to coming to you. 10 times out of 10, they be watching the motherfuckers that they be getting a year prior. Some of y'all motherfuckers connected to motherfuckers that they already know who you connected with. You just don't fucking know it. They sitting there observing your motherfucking folks and your family like, oh, y'all from Brooklyn? It ain't nobody around me there. If you from fucking Brooklyn, these niggas already on your ass. If you from Jersey, it don't matter where you at in fucking Jersey. They know your motherfucking people. If you came from Connecticut, Massachusetts, you from Vermont, and especially if you come from the mercenary fucking world, they know your folks. They know y'all folks. That's why when it come down to Cristiano Ronaldo, oh nigga, they already did their research. Oh, this nigga was poor before he came to this. Oh, these motherfuckers was like this. Oh, he got the family like this. Okay, well, we used to work with the Catholic motherfuckers. Oh, you remember that one church and that Catholic organization foundation? Yeah, all they doing is doing their due diligence. And they be using these sorority, fraternity ass fucking girls. Oh, he was on the football team, but he came from the hood. Everybody love a hood boy or a person that really went through the motherfucking struggle until they realize what type of bullshit that they in. And somebody in so fucking deep that they just don't realize, like, wait, hold up. So they planted the seed to go ahead and make sure that you could believe the shit that they were saying about me. Oh, she like this, she like that. I ain't no child toucher. I ain't no motherfucking molester. I ain't no real motherfucking thing. I don't do none of that shit. It's like, put that motherfucking pipe down, put that cocaine down, because y'all sitting here putting shit through the fucking pipeline and making these fucking people believe that, oh, she into this prostitution. No, motherfucker, you 53, 56 years old, still fucking tricking on the motherfucking low, hoping nobody was gonna fucking know. Y'all still doing old school shit like, oh shit, well, he used to be a sergeant major. He used to be a first sergeant and shit like that. So I know he got it and he retired. Oh shit, let me call my old little boo thing. Let me see, let me go ahead and dig in his, oh, he a bookie. Girl, let me go ahead and get my old head sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? They love to go after the fucking married men. They sit there and figure out if they live the fucking life of fucking crime. But most of the time, I had noticed, because back in the day, they used to have motherfuckers. Rico used to own one of the Club Oasis out there in Lawton. Was in the military and had a club. Excuse me. So when it came to his ass and it came to certain people outside of Rico, we had our own, I want to say the name Reggie. I don't know him like that. Uncle Tony. Okay, he married to Sarah Ann Vasquez. Tony Vasquez. They've been watching for fucking years. So they old school crimes go all the way back to the motherfucking 70s. They shit go all the way back to the motherfucking 70s. And I'm talking about as a little fucking girl, while they sitting there snorting up fucking cocaine. And I'm as a little girl, I had to watch these motherfuckers do this shit. Until you had to be a little girl to watch your fucking granny and all them sitting there serving up the motherfucking commissioner of the state or wherever you at. We're not having the same conversation. And I'm talking about governors, judges coming in. Well, Georgetta, you know you owe me for that last time when I had to cover up that time that you killed that police officer. You remember when you killed that one girl? You know, we got to keep this up. But you keep doing that, I'll go ahead and talk to the people at the jailhouse just in case if they do try to come get you. I still remember all those type of fucking conversations. Well, make sure that you use the router line instead of using the router line. Make sure you use the payphone and switch up your payphone locations. That's how deep in the fucking game of how I know this shit goes. So when it comes to the new age, when we had those, phones where you can only use to play the little snake games, those Nokia phones and shit like that. That old school where right before you have pagers and you had to switch out your pager number or get you a brand new pager and you go take the other ones to the fucking pawn shop, like that deep in the fucking game. Hey, we switch up. I'll meet you over here at the truck stop. When you go to the truck shop, you go ahead and give me, either we're going to drop off a load or we dropping off motherfucking kilos, but meet me at this particular pawn shop because this pawn shop is the one that's in our pocket. Then we're going to go to the mom and pop chino spot or the nail spot. And usually the chino spot or the nail spot is usually where you trafficking the fucking kids because ain't nobody really looking at that, but the immigrants is in that bitch, right? So then when it comes to the motherfucking drugs, I ain't gonna tell you where it is about how they do theirs, but that should be more fucking elaborate. But then they had to start paying attention. Ooh, let me start being friends with Roxana. Let me go be friends with Susanna real quick. Let me go be friends with Maria. But Maria and Roxana and them, they cool with the Vietnamese motherfuckers over there. You remember Ashley and Amanda and stuff like that? Okay, well, you remember Pablo and Juancito and shit like that? Let's go kick it with them real quick. And they the ones that's going to get us to connect to them because, they speak the Spanish better than us and shit. And when we figure out how they do their shit, then we figure out they'll use their prettiest girls or they tricking girls to get close with the, either the Spanish females or the dudes, but most of the time they be fucking with the girls on the low. So those dudes didn't really give a shit because shit, what better than that I only ain't got to deal with one bitch, I get two bitches. Shit, that's even more immaculate. So if he ain't, pillow talking to her, he pillow talking to the other one, then it's low key was meant to put them both against each other. But then when those two bras figure out oh, this is how they do it. And then it got more elaborate. That's when they start using fucking gay dudes or transsexuals whenever they'll figure out the secrets about some of these dudes. It's like, oh, he got a fetish and shit like that. Okay, so we were going to start using fucking transsexuals and shit. And transsexuals are usually the biggest motherfucking snitches of them shits. If they wasn't the transsexuals, it's always the bisexual or the low-key secret gay lesbian bitches. And when they use them, they will go figure out what these men's weaknesses were. And then they go figure out at the same time with the gay dude, because most of the time they use transsexuals because they'll use the The dudes that quote unquote play like they straight, they use them to go figure out who's the victims or the people who they gonna be robbing and stealing from. And when they figure out who they robbing and stealing from, they'll figure out the spots. They'll figure out these people's weaknesses. Then they'll figure out, well, let's use this motherfucker real quick and we can flip him because they're gonna want this secret. So they knew either it's gonna go one or two ways. Either they're gonna try to take their life, or they'll double set up the motherfucker who low key, if they was a ringleader, if they was a gang member or some shit like that, they'll use the transsexual motherfucker or the gay motherfucker to lure that nigga in and be like, yeah, I just want to buy some drugs off of you. Low key, they still selling the drugs, but unbeknownst to them, that was the motherfucking trap for them to go ahead and kill these niggas. And that's how the fuck they was doing it for a long time. And then it'd be like, most of the time, another man gonna be more comfortable talking to another man about the business, gay, straight, tranny, or whatever, right? And when they having these conversations, the females be paying these gay dudes to come back and bring the information. When they bring the information, they figure out where the drop's at. They figure out what the money is. They figure out who's all around them. So they know exactly how to disalarm all these motherfuckers. And then they set them up and be like, oh, so who his real op is? Oh, that's who his op is? Okay, so let me know whenever it's gonna be time, or I'm gonna go ahead and put such and such at this club, or he like to go to these extravagant ass places, so I'm gonna go get Sicily, or I'm gonna get Yasmin or Christina, because she's super super pretty, but she's stupid, so she ain't gonna know what's happening. So we go ahead and go get one of our Trini bitches, or we go get that Jamaican bitch with the fat booty, or we. This is how fucking elaborate these bitches were way back in the day. Way back in the day. Oh, he like dark skins. Oh, he like the light skins. Or he like the Spanish girl. He like the Hawaiian bitches with long hair. Tell me which type of ones he like. Oh, well, shit, when I came, I had on this type of wig or whatever the case may be. So in order for it to go ahead and happen in the daytime, when he fucking with the women in the daytime, then when you lure his ass into the hotel or whatever, or you go ahead and let me know, and I'm gonna go find whatever nigga he fucking with or something like that, or whoever he got beef with, I'm gonna make sure that they come in at the right fucking time, and I'll make sure that we get all the cameras and shit like that shut down. These bitches will go as far as figuring out these restaurants, working at these places, figuring out these goddamn cameras, shut the cameras down on them fucking days. If not, they was already fucking on police officers and shit like that, making sure that they don't be in the area that day. And when they really wanted to take down the biggest kingpin or those shits, or people who was really running the organization, trust and believe me, they watching you from anywhere from 4 months to a fucking year just to figure out this is who the one that we really need to worry about, because everybody else, the foot soldiers, his right hand men, they already, know the weaknesses of these motherfuckers, but they really need who's the head person of the operation. And when they can get the head person of the operation, that's when they know they got it in the bag. And that's how the fuck they've been running this shit since fucking 81. Excuse me. But with them running this shit, this is like somebody sitting there like, hold on, this shit gets real fucking sticky. And when it get real sticky, these will be motherfuckers that will scapegoat their kids, they mama. Like, say somebody living the right life and they don't do that shit, they usually the person who don't really get involved in that, they be in their own world, they ain't trying to be bothered with that, they don't do drugs, they ain't selling their body, they ain't doing this shit, aka me. That's got to be the scapegoat. But shit, most of the time it'll be shit going on. As a kid, who want to sit there, quote unquote, even though it's the fake mom, and that fake moms happen more often than anything, that you want to sit there and watch this bitch get beat to a bloody pope. Because if she get beaten to a bloody pope, where the fuck I'm going to go next? So the next thing was to keep the control over that shit. And imagine you having to be such a little kid. It's like, hold the gun, you shoot him, because shit, who going to arrest the 4-year-old? I was like 4 or 5 years old having to hold a fucking gun. And they put that shit on me. No, I ain't shoot that motherfucker. I ain't do none of that shit. These motherfuckers elaborately used to set up some shit. They either, when we was kids, they either had to hide us in the car, dope us up on fucking Benadryl and shit. Like I said, it's been several times. It was like on 5 different occasions where they drugged me, and I would wake up and I'll pick my head up out of that shit. We'll be parked in front of, at that time we had Super 8s and shit like that. at hotels. I remember popping my head up. We at hotels. We parked in the middle of fucking open fields. We parked in it was so many fucking places that I could tell you where the fuck we were parked at, where they was already trying to set up to keep control over, because they knew that a lot of fucking shit, when it came to it, the one biggest groups that they knew they couldn't control were the fucking Samoans, the Mexicans, and the motherfuckers Colombian Venezuelans. So this is how the fuck they would use that. And they knew from those people from that community were like, shit, well, when we need some dirty shit to go on and we trying to keep other people in our community shit, we know half these motherfuckers gay, so they gonna break their heart anyway. So we keep them, like, this is how the fuck they been doing this shit for a long time. A long time. A long ass fucking time. I swear to God. I swear for God. And it's some motherfuckers right now that been doing business with their ass, and that's why I'm like, if you doing business with they lying ass motherfuckers, I would have been a really motherfucking person that they could have had in their motherfucking corner to make sure, like, the feds is on a lot of fucking people's ass. That's why it's just like, I don't give a fuck about what you're doing. Just be cautious. I know I have the fucking right to go ahead and defend my motherfucking self. This is a stand your ground fucking state. So at this fucking point, you'll be making a fucking career suicide, business suicide. Give a fuck if you coming from the dark world, light world, whatever the case may be. Keep your motherfucking distance unless you sending me motherfucking money or giving me fucking information. What the fuck you do does not have anything to do with me. But the only time it has something to do with me, you're coming for my life. When I know I ain't did shit to nobody, and then it's already a fucking violation that I have to go right along to keep getting fucking traffic for what? Traffic them bitches. They so fucking thirsty for the fucking money, and they want to fucking clout and be, oh yeah, we big around here in the prison reform. No, you the biggest motherfucking bitches and the punks out here. Shit, Johnny too motherfucking big to be a fucking punk. Like, nigga, you that damn big, and hey, shit, you like what you like. I ain't here to motherfucking judge, but at the same time, don't fucking judge me and try to use motherfucking religious, and y'all motherfucking act fake fucking religious on top of that, and then you fucking with me. And then Shavandia, how the fuck you say that whole ass name, the fucking Hadleys and shit like that. Bitch, you a fucking stalker or hawker, and you sitting around this bitch, these motherfuckers driving around. Like, the biggest trigger for a second was, it's an old Nissan car, which it looked like the same fucking car, which was my first car. That Carla talking about, oh, we purchased this and shit like that. No, bitch, that was a personal thing that you used for a remembrance, which you bought that from fucking Rosa, who stayed over there in fucking Pine Hills. So these motherfuckers been over here in the area making it seem like, oh, she ain't gonna know who we are. I knew exactly who every single last one of y'all. A lot of black people do not stay over here in fucking Melbourne like that. And especially on the side of town that I'm at, a lot of black people don't live over here like that. And then the motherfuckers coming over here, they be looking so fucking suspicious, like, make yourself even more fucking suspicious than you have. And then the other motherfucking creeps are the motherfuckers coming here watching based off the fucking link online, thinking like, oh, she with this shit, she like this shit. Like, no, I don't. Shit, if anything, I would prefer the privacy of sharing that between a person that actually supposed to love you and fuck with you. I would actually do that with my person, not for the whole fucking world to watch. But clearly, it's a whole bunch of fucking hoes out here that really be like, oh, she one of them, she one of them. No, bitch, I'm actually not. I just know how to keep up with myself, keep my shape up, and actually enjoy fucking life for fucking once. And then y'all out here being jealous and shit and doing certain things just to sit here to do what? Because if it's supposed to kill my confidence, if anything, it's boosting it. If it's supposed to be making me sad, shit, you actually making me more happy, but it's more frustrated and irritating because you're just like a fucking irritant in someone's fucking ass. It's like sitting on something you can't get the fucking wedgie out. Like, the fuck? But this motherfucking plan, these motherfuckers was literally watching these damn people do what it is that they do. They don't have no motherfucking self-worth about themselves. And then it's like, why would you sit here come fuck with somebody and they can clearly tell you how the fuck the game go? But this is like them literally trying to figure out how they can control over, like, you know, now with the political aspect, these are motherfuckers taking advantage of, oh, well, we're going to do this Democratic Party because God forbid you a Republican. Excuse me. They done took this shit so fucking far because it's like they feel so fucking elaborate, right? And then, it, like I said, if they sound, that shit says like I'm a Democrat. No, the fuck I'm not. If I had to choose, like I say it again, second time I said it, and it's consistent, I would either be a fucking liberal or a fucking Republican. And right now in this day, I would literally be a fucking Republican just for fucking shits and giggles at this point. I would literally be a fucking Republican for shits and giggles. All jokes aside. Because if anything, if we gonna sit here and look at this shit, and I fuck with Bush, I fuck with Bill, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with these motherfuckers. But then it's like at the same time, Obama, this is some fuck shit. I ain't ever seen no motherfucking president get involved in some bullshit just to keep a motherfucking secret. And then you get involved in some shit that is way fucking above some shit. Even not even your fucking security could save y'all asses from this shit. Like I said, when it comes to certain people's fucking deaths, and especially that boy King Von, and these motherfuckers realizing that they started an unnecessary war on their own fucking territory, and they realized who the real fucking politicians that started some bullshit just to keep the heat off of them, motherfucker, we into a whole different motherfucking ball game, and now we're gonna have more fucking politicians like, hold up. Time out, flag on the fucking play. Wait a minute. No, at this fucking time, now we giving grounds to international and immigrants in the U.S. fucking embassy to go ahead and make their motherfucking grounds for this shit. This is where I'm saying national motherfucking security and treason. But y'all fucking with the motherfuckers that run this game. Shit, let them niggas do what it is that they do. Let them motherfuckers do what they do, but shit, the trafficking of kids and shit like that, and me already knowing that I've been a fucking the living fucking poster child, and I still fucking remember this shit like it was fucking yesterday. The gas station and everything, when the news shit was running and that shit flashed in the motherfucking gas station, that motherfuckers could have snatched me out of that goddamn store fast enough. I still remember that shit to this day. I'm your daddy, you came from my nuts, bro. Who has to fucking, ain't no fucking man in the fucking world gonna talk to a daughter like that. Outside of the fucking two fucking predators that I've watched flip so many little girls, so many little boys in my fucking life. That's why Toya, Mark, Simone, all y'all motherfuckers, like, it's no motherfucking secret about all these motherfuckers involved. It ain't been nobody in my motherfucking world. That's why I feel bad for Shonda, because Shonda's sitting there like, damn, they used the trailer park, the black motherfuckers, the Panamanians and the Belizean motherfuckers, they used to use the trailer parks because nobody was really looking at the trailer parks like that when it came to trafficking the kids. They wasn't looking at the trailer parks. That's why it's like when it comes to motherfuckers talking about white trash and all this shit, bitch, I done seen the trashiest of the trashiest. I done seen every fucking trailer park shit and how the fuck the motherfuckers get down. They don't give a fuck just like anybody else, but also shit, there's even fucking regulations and rules. Shit, even fucking KKK motherfuckers don't even like certain trailer park motherfuckers. G shit, I swear to God, even a motherfucker KKK would look at a trailer park motherfuckers like, shit, are we dealing with a fucking meth head here? The fuck? That's why I'm sitting here like caught off guard, like surprised, like, oh, y'all let this bitch and her church get involved? I was like, listen, this shit gonna go down one way or another shit. It might run for a few years, but when that shit hit the fan, it's gonna motherfucking hit. And when it finally fucking hit, everybody gonna be like, hold up, flag on the play, let's stop, reverse, rewind. Baby, you know too much. I'm only scratching the surface, y'all, but I need to bring it to y'all motherfucking attention about how certain people are doing some shit. Certain people doing some shit, and motherfuckers protecting certain motherfuckers. Like, it ain't like all Spanish people bad, all black people motherfucking bad. It ain't all like that, but it's all some motherfuckers really fit to go out real fucking sad that you over here creating obstacles and challenges on somebody else's fucking situation. Excuse me. Based off of somebody else's greed and motherfucking lies, and somebody's greed and motherfucking lies can sit up and help people solve a lot of motherfucking shit that even whether you in the underworld or not, it's a lot of people in the fucking underworld trying to figure out, oh, such and such body got dropped and we don't know who they are. I do. And some of you motherfuckers, when you figure out who was who, can you guess who? And when you get that motherfucking real inkling, and like I said, it is a lot of fucking people out here talking about, I can solve it. No, the fuck they can't. No, they can't. Because it's still somebody sitting there scratching their motherfucking head from earlier about how she know about that oil situation. I don't know. Don't worry. We'll wait. But carry on. I don't give a fuck about that because somebody's sitting there saying we made a grave fucking mistake. You did. But I don't care for that shit. It's not my concern. It's for y'all to fucking figure that out. If other people want to stay asleep, let them motherfuckers stay asleep. But also don't allow fucking people to keep fucking trying to steal from me and trying to take credit for some shit that I'm motherfucking doing. Clearly, I already know what the fuck is up. Don't call me nothing about no fucking false prophet, because ain't shit that I'm saying is fucking false. It's too fucking accurate. It's somebody trying to sit here, well, I'm getting staged, and then you know TikTok and YouTube is gonna they only gonna censor the dumb motherfuckers that they gotta figure out. Can you guess who? And then what the fuck they really figuring out at the same fucking time? Rita is too fucking real for fucking live TV. That at the same fucking time they monitoring me, they screening my shit, and they sitting here realizing at the same time she know her shit. But I know at the same time you know way much more than what the fuck you're saying. And the fact that we know that you know way much more, and it's something more that some people are very interested, because it's like, hold up. They for the over the next few days, I'm feeling like more over the next 72 hours, maybe pressing it to 78 hours, someone is fit to test a whole lot of fucking people. And when they test a whole lot of motherfucking people, sort the real from the fucking fake. Realest one around this motherfucking bitch, and ain't shit, ain't bitch in me, ain't no scared in me, ain't no, it just is what the fuck it is. But at the same time, I would have greatly fucking appreciated, because you're looking at the $1 billion woman that made a fucking billion off of somebody's fucking mishap and fuck up. But like I said, I'm barely scratching the fucking surface. But apparently what I just said triggered a lot of fucking people. You hear me now?